towers alive.
Question is where you want to go. The thing with the Terrorblade is while you can take towers, you are half the time down and not able to do much. You can recover well in the jungle, but you can't think of your draft this way. You need something, like I said, that matches this pace. And they're going for someone that may be too hot to handle as they pick up the Lina. It's a good counter to the Phoenix, but you already had a decent one in Frost.
Yeah, I don't like this. It's a mid position Lina. Should be able to do fairly well. It looks like it's going to be Miracle on the Juggernaut. We're going to have the Core Dazzle. We're going to have the Matumamin. Oh man, I wonder how they're going to lane this. Is this going to be Dazzle against Lina mid, or are they going to go ahead? Miracle, this is one of the things that distinguishes him from any other player. He is totally comfortable playing this mid Juggernaut against a ranged hero. He has absolutely no fear.
And that's the thing. While Lina does have that additional range, and she can get movement speed from the Fiery Souls, you're up against an Agi hero that has a way of dealing with your stun just by spinning. And because he's an Agi hero, and he's going to get movement speed as it goes on, he can potentially run you down and get in range to do damage with the Blade Fury.
But it's got to be said, though, that this is a lineup where if the lanes go against Liquid, it becomes very, very scary. Because, this is a very, Cinder likes to say this is an avalanche game, right? It's whichever team comes out of the laning phase with an advantage, the other side's going to have a lot of problem defending structures. I think that's a little bit... It's still a little bit tilted toward the side of Team Liquid because as long as this Phoenix gets levels, and Kuro's fairly good at doing that, you still have you have the team fight to fall back on.
I think it's also the fact that when you actually look at it, when it comes to the high ground pushes, there's a lot more sustain, I'd say, available for Liquid because, of course, you have got a Juggernaut, which provides that healing ward when you're trying to go in for those pushes. And Sunray as well. It's like Dazzle, like all of it. There is so much heal on Liquid.
Yeah, and I also think that this Lina is still, even well into the game, even if she gets off to a pretty good lead, still going to have to feel threatened against the GH roaming Nyx Assassin and the possibility of the early Shadow Blade coming out, Mind Control Beastmaster and the Roar ganks. It's the Terrorblade, even the Terrorblade, right? The Terrorblade is got a lot of base armor, but still can be relatively squishy.
That's always the crux with picking these glass cannon types, is when you do have someone like Nyx on the table and you think about both Terrorblade and Lina, they kind of go, okay, I can build glass cannon because I'm always going to be far away from any threat. But Nyx just comes out of nowhere and ruins your day.
There are 4 Liquid heroes down here on the bottom right of the map. And they are not messing around in this early.
They want the runes, but if they can get a pick off, or if they can even force the Metamorphosis to be used like at the runes, that's less time where Frost can dominate the early waves.
Oh god, I mean, yeah, that's playing against the Terrorblade. If you can force him into that early meta, gargantuan.
Love that from Mind Control as well. He ran the boar in, then ran it out just in time. That I believe, it didn't even get killed. It just
there's no XP there. That Tiny's still sitting on 0, baby. That is a support Tiny, as you talked about during the draft.
There's also the crux for him in this lane is you can't exactly you can't actually trade effectively with a Nyx. He just has too much natural regen.
In a lot of situations that doesn't really matter, but yeah, in this particular lane, especially when it's a melee support, double melee pops meta.
Liquid are lingering around.
Able to play behind the tower.
Yep, they are playing around. Both their supports are standing here. They're saying, if you won't block the wave, we'll block it for you.
Actually, yeah, that's such a...
Yeah, look at this. Now they're trying to block the other way.
No, that's right outside tower range. They don't want the shenanigan with the creep equilibrium.
It's too late though. It's already been dragged down.
They are able to. Yeah. That nice little recovery by TFT. They're able to pull it back.
Okay, Metamorphosis comes out, but look at that. Straight away, Kuroki's like, okay, 5 spirits on this guy. Good luck with your CSing.
Oh, and it's just out of that. Oh, they're pinging the creep. It was just out of deny range.
Oh, no. Actually, Hanskin has more last hits than Frost does right now. Miracle, he has actually started with 4 branches in this lane.
Yeah, and he is a happy boy. He got the deny on the first range creep. Last hit on his own. Off to a very nice start in this lane.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane is pretty even so far, actually.
Yeah.
Like, Matumaman got 2 denies compared to the 1 on Jesse. And this is kind of threatening, right? Because you poison touch, like, you Dragon Slave like that, he can poison touch, hit you twice, and he's already done double the damage you'll do. And that scales. It's not just like that's a one-off, and once you start leveling Dragon Slave, it's more threatening. Poison Touch's damage scales pretty damn nicely.
It starts off ridiculously mana efficient, and even though the mana cost goes up, it continues to be. It's a nice avalanche here on 2 from the support Tiny, setting up auto wave. Nice harass, but Liquid heroes are going to be able to ferry out plenty of. Dazzle is not going to need to use very nearly as.
I like what GH is doing right now. He's not too concerned with XP. He just knows it's about making sure Terrorblade does not have a good start here, because that is the win condition for TFT. So he blocks out the camps, make sure there's never going to be a pull through. I mean, in fairness, they can pull through here if they want to.
Tiny with a haster in here. What's he going to do? He has a shot at the courier if they don't realize. No, okay, very nice.
They already know.
Stopped it at the tower. All right.
What's this? Well, Wraithband needs to go to Miracle, and Matumban has got his second Nully coming out already to match up against Chessie's damage. Meanwhile, Top has been very quiet so far, but what do you expect? It's a melee hero against the Sand King, but that melee hero does dish out a lot of damage himself from range.
Yeah, I mean, I think with good mind control level Beastmaster offset the annoyance of laning against the Sand King, and he has won the first couple. He's gotten to level 4 first, so that caustic finale not going to bother him quite a bit. That first skill point does just come up.
Absolutely. Of course, he didn't bring any sentries up here, so he can't see the Sandstorm of Sand King. But then again, if he saw anything in the previous game, he'll know it's probably not worth buying sentries against Johannes Fan. He'll probably just bring out 2 or 3 to your 1.
Yeah, I mean, no, this lane is not really about kill threat. Right? I mean, unless there's a rotation that kind of gets missed, this lane is about just being able to protect your tower against that caustic finale. We're going to see a contest of the pull camp here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's been pretty committed to this so far. It has cost him a lot of XP because he's still only level 1. Meanwhile, Miracle just cleaning up this range creep. I think the biggest problem they have here is unless Nyx can land a stun and force out a Spike Carapace stun, which he doesn't have 2 for anyway, they don't really have kill potential on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, but I don't think you need it, right? I think that the baseline of Liquid looking at these lineups is we don't want to lose the laning phase, because assuming we get into the mid game, we're going to have quite a window where our push is very, very fearsome, and TFT is not going to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, most definitely, because look at this mid lane, especially so far. There might be a gank coming in. GH still only level 1, but if he can get involved in this kill, it's worth a lot. Coming in now, Poison Touch is going to be there. Yeah, it's got to be used on the Impale. We'll throw it out. Light Strike Array connects on the 2, but no, they can finish off Chessie first, and GH will go down afterwards. But despite Carapace to stun up, it doesn't matter. But Timberman forces Shallow Grave and TP back to base.
That was a very nice play by Chessie to make that even close. Positioning herself, the little stutter step there to set up the 2-hero LSA, and knowing that that's only a level 1 Nyx Assassin, it ends up being very good for Liquid, because like you said, it gets GH now almost to level 3, because they're going to give him a little bit of solo XP here.
Yeah, and at the same time, Chessie will be happy for a guy who's dead, because he keeps Dazzle away from the lane for a wave or 2. And this is important because while you do see a CS lead for the Lina, the difference is actually the amount of regen that's had to be ferried out, because Dazzle can actually heal with his abilities.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One of the reasons that Dazzle mid is pretty scary, right? And you can use that courier a little bit more in the side lane. Sounds like a small thing, but when you're talking about a Miracle that he needs to have these multiple Wraith bands online pretty early.
Exactly, it makes all the difference. And speaking of Wraith bands, Terrorblade still hasn't got a single down one. Or has he? Is one coming out? Yeah, he's got one now. Almost complete the second. I was going to say, if he didn't by now, I'm going to be questioning what the hell he's bought.
GH still hanging out mid. The Poison Touch onto the Lina. She's going to use her ult, and the Dazzle's just going to move down before GH can get in. He just hit level 6. Oh.
The Laguna is on point. Spike Carapace used by GH, but it doesn't matter because he gets stunned for longer, and Chessie will just dish out some more damage from GH.
Oh, man. Actually just not quite ready for that Lina spell combo. Had the Grave, but...
Look at top. Handsome Fan actually has to stay here at all times because the Primal Roar is up on mind control.
Yeah.
He's happy to do so. It's 3 points in the Sandstorm, so it just persists constantly. I feel like you need a rotation top, but I don't like this. If I was Liquid, I would not like the Sand King getting this much free farm.
I mean, I think as long as it's a little bit concerning because yeah, with that caustic finale, he's going to have the little bit of a level advantage, and your tower is going to just start to take some passive damage here, some chip damage. So you're going to need to address this eventually. But one of the big things is like you're also preventing the Beastmaster from roaming around the map making plays.
That's true. And that's what I mean. It's like if you actually eliminate him, push him back, and then shove the lane, you can then go and play off this Primal Roar. Because I'd say right now it's worth using it on Chongqing if you get the opportunity. But if anything like what we just saw mid continues, it's going to be a snowball effect, and it's going to be in favor of TFT.
Yeah, that was a huge. You now see Lina sitting pretty with the boots.
Oh. Jesse taking decent harassment, does get the ward. Martu, he knows he has to be careful now. He can't just wait until the last second to do those shallow graves. He does now have to worry about Laguna.
Out from the TE. Okay.
He can't really push in easily against Miracle. The Blade Fury's on cooldown, so it gives you about a 10-second gap. But Avalanche, Hanskin hasn't actually leveled the toss, so he can't go for the throwback. Eliminate gets charged. Decent damage actually put between all three of them. I'm kind of looking at this lane. I was going to say...
the fact, you know, TFT is the ones that are able... Oh, the nice little kill. Okay, nice comeback kill by Liquid there. I was getting a little bit concerned because TFT were the ones that were getting the chip damage on the enemy towers.
Exactly.
This is going to be a game of towers, guys.
Yeah, that was a concerning thing as well. I don't usually see a call that far forward. Like, yes, the Illuminate Blast was good, but then you just back off. You're such a fast hero. You should never get caught like that. The man who did catch him is rotating mid again. This time he's got a few levels, so maybe the outcome could be different.
They're trying to set up a play here top lane, but
they are.
This is a level 3 Kato. He's very, very vulnerable to any kind of retribution. You might give up a double kill. This is scary.
Uh-oh. Ganser fan goes down, and no, the board's slow.
Okay,
He's the blind light. Eric gets them away. He should be fine. They can't actually pursue. Beautifully done. Just in the right place to make sure he pushed away both. No, the Hawk comes out. Mind control's still going.
Oh.
Can he get this though? The boards lose sight. It looks like Hera's going to be a little bit too fast
here. Okay. Like let's call.
Oh, meanwhile, bot Miracle got super low here. Does actually get the corner Hanskin. Terrorblade was away in the jungle. Oh, Chessie.
Oh,
Miracle. The healer ward will keep him alive. Laguna goes out to Kuroki. He needs a second hit. He'll find it. The vision is there. And Miracle, he actually doubled back.
TP. Oh man.
He's almost got the mana. Close. He doesn't know. He's like, has he left?
Yeah, he's gonna TP back to Shrine and immediately make use of that. But that also prevents him from getting to his level 6. So that's a nice. It ends up being a very well-timed rotation by Chess.
And as a result, we get the mid matchup we really wanted to see.
Oh yeah.
Just not on the players we expected.
Oh baby. Triple kill.
That's what we're talking about. Does health or does armor matter more? That's what you get to fight. Oh, they're gonna ruin it. They're gonna move away. Screw it, guys. Our favorite lane is ruined. Primal's coming off cooldown. If your Hanson fan goes for this, and he is gonna go for it. Can they do anything? Avalanche, nice done by Hanson. The toss back, stacks him up as 2. Fire Strike not available though. The Primal just goes out tiny instead.
Big Daddy
eliminate through. Jesse's here actually. He's the Big Daddy. Haste on him. Gonna go for this. Shallow Grave comes out. And Mind Control will be able to TP away. They didn't even try and pursue for more.
Nope.
I actually think they would have been better off just chasing for more. Jesse would have had the Light Strike Array available before they had either the Shallow Grave or the Spike Carapace.
I don't know. You have to be really careful about feeding kills. And this is a Liquid lineup where you feed 2 or 3 kills and all of a sudden you lose 2 towers. You are still playing a Terrorblade lineup against a Jug. Like you eat 10 times over and over in your head. Don't get crazy.
Well, Jesse, he actually just got punished a little. He tried to TP out, cancel it to dodge the Impale, and then lost 2/3 of his HP pool. Luckily, had this big fat shrine waiting.
You can shrine up, and I think you can set up for a push bottom here.
GH is keeping. I like what GH is doing here. He's suffering from a lack of XP, but he's constantly keeping vision around the map. He needs to be careful. He's got Spike Carapace.
Yeah.
They can steal Laguna. There it is. Perfectly timed. The Impale didn't make a difference.
Interesting. It's going to tell you a lot about this. Okay, and again, thank you, Ice Frog. Like Dazzle going the Necro book build because, of course, why the hell wouldn't you? 100% uptime.
Insane, and you don't even need to max out the Necro. It's not bad against Sand King, but you just get 1 point, then go for example something like a Medallion. Or finish off your boots.
By the way, if you that is another reason why in this game towers becomes it's a very good thing for TFT that they're on the Radiant side here, because losing this bottom tier 1 tower is not going to become all about the Roche. Like you said, with the Dazzle build, they're going to be able to Roche incredibly quickly.
Exactly, and another concern is coming up for the side of TFT, which is GH. He almost has level 6, and once Nyx gets that, that's a big power spike to the pickoff potential on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, you look at both the items and the levels. Okay, so Miracle is going to dip back for the Battle Fury. No surprise there.
On top, Epicenter came out, but now the promo will return. Your answer fad. You might dance your heart off, but you're under tower. It doesn't make a difference. That
sets him back from his blend.
Not only that was their fight to initiate, and they had 3 heroes up here. So now, turn around, there'll be a push towards their tower, and well, that Necro book we talked about going to be there, and GH in the mid lane.
What isn't fine is giving up the tower afterwards.
Yeah, they've just surrendered entirely.
If you're GH, but you now really have to be ready as Liquid. I think
they are ready. Look at this. Omnislash coming in.
Okay.
Oh, Chessie goes on him. Lightning Striker Ray won't matter. The Blade Fury through will be able to get the kill. And now the Burrow Strike going to try and go for this. TP out. It'll be safe. Kuroki, not so safe.
That's fine. That's a great trade on the side of Liquid. It disrupts any momentum that TFT might have had after that tier 1. This is a good case where the best defense is a good offense, right? You get onto the enemy side of the map. Any thoughts that TFT might have had to kill that their top tier 1 tower is Liquid is at below 50% health, and they do not want to give that up as an objective.
I guess that would be fair to actually highlight. Even bigger bonus for Liquid is that Kuroki would have full-on committed that egg, but he didn't even need to save his core.
Yeah, exactly.
While that's happening,
out clean.
Hanskin goes down to Matumba Man. That's going to be getting scary.
Well, you know, as Hanskin, you're not necessarily upset about that death per se, but you're upset about the fact that Liquid is able to so easily take control over that vital area of the map. That's the area of the map, that upper left quadrant that they had controlled, and that's what won them games 2 and 3 against NIP. Liquid is asserting their dominance, controlling that area of the map.
I think it's getting problematic for TFT because you don't have one clear target, right? The Jug is always going to do a lot of damage, sure. Then you have to consider Beastmaster because of that aura. And let's not get started on the fact that because of that damage talent, Dazzle hits pretty damn hard. In fact, harder than anyone else in the game right now.
I actually think you're going to have a problem if you can't do some tower damage here, because you're going to have multiple Necro books, including from the Dazzle with 100% uptime to do it as TFT. Liquid are going to have a lot of split push as the game goes on. It's not, they are a classic push lineup, but it's not just death ball push. They can apply a lot of passive lane pressure.
Yeah, that's a concerning thing. And they also have means to escape when they are pushing alone. Of course, you got the Blade Fury. You can just easily escape with the Juggernaut. On top of that, you know, you just have this Phoenix pushing in the sides of the lane and diving away. There's variables you have to consider here when you're on the side of TFT. If you're not making the moves, you're going to get juggled back and forth by the side of Liquid.
100. Something, you know, TFT understand the urgency here. They need to sort of kind of try to equalize things in this top left quadrant. I don't think Liquid are going to be able to contest this push. They're going to get this tower for free. The decision time is going to be, do you want to try and continue and pressure the tier 2? That's what's going to force the response.
I mean, that's the thing. You say for free, it pretty much was. You get up the tier 1 top, but you get the tier 1 mid.
Oof. You're right. I didn't see how deep. I didn't see the lane equilibrium in the other 2 lanes.
Yeah.
I was busy thinking about item builds.
It's worrying because they, like we said, they're going to be juggled everywhere. Now look at what the outcome is. Mind Control standing top, ready to go. Avalanche out onto him though, toss back across. But he is so damn tanky.
This is actually super dangerous.
Yep, because look at the rotation coming in. GH, he already activated the Vendetta. He'll take anything he can get right now.
You really don't want to give these 2 hero kills up. This is, oh boy.
You're going to have to give Hanskin up. He's left behind. He got sold out by his own teammate here. Sunray will burn him down quicker. Avalanche toss across, but it doesn't matter. He's going down regardless.
But what's nice is that you were able to do some damage there. You were able to get the 3 Liquid heroes low.
Oh, Krogi?
All right, okay.
Johannesafan going on him, but no, he's going to turn around. He still has the egg if he wants to commit it here, and he will. Johannesafan, you need an escape plan quickly, and he doesn't have one. He's just going to stand there in his sandstorm. Not going to last forever, though. Do they have detection? No, they don't. They still haven't brought anything. There's going to be a blink away. The Sankey will make his escape.
This is actually, that actually was a nice sequence for TFT. They wasted a ton of Liquid's time, right? You become, this is the point in the game where it starts to feel like the clock is moving very fast on you if you're TFT. And the ability to just sort of occupy the 4 heroes top, only giving up the support kill, it's one of those things that space right now is just so precious.
Absolutely, especially the Terrorblade, who was just farming his little heart through that whole sequence of events. And
this is actually really good Dota. Both of these teams have a great understanding of the areas of the map that they want to be pressuring. Like, this is the reset into the tier 1 bottom push it's absolutely the perfect response to understanding that you just wasted a bunch of time for 4 heroes top.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Phoenix did actually go for the Midas in the end.
Careful, yo.
Looking
Yeah,
for
Phoenix
level
is
2
almost
egg.
always going to have to do that in this kind of a game, right? Because just the levels 12 and 18 are just too important. And I mean, your talents are pretty good too, right?
Oh, absolutely. And look at this. Tier 2's traded on both sides, but that's the Metamorphosis used to achieve that is the difference.
Again, it's a... Are we actually winning these exchanges as TFT? Because it's just so... These teams look to me like they're just underestimating how fast the outer towers are going to be able to go down now. Like these 2 and 3 hero pushes are just... They're so good right now.
Kuroki in the mid lane. They are rotating towards him. He knows something's up though. If you go further into this, the H will break your plan apart. Yeah, they want to rush.
This has all his greaves now. Like they're actually super tanky as it's...
Hey Alan, we reached the DD time.
Oh,
DD time!
Oh my god, Ice Frog, please fix this. This is like, okay, the Radiant scan, but because of the DD rune on Miracle, there's no way.
The thing is, they don't even know about the DD, so they're prepping to try and interrupt him, but they won't be quick enough by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean, they think Roche is at like when Roche dies, TFT thinks Roche is at least at 30% health at that point. That's just.
That's a fan. They might get him. They're on their way. How triggered would Sanking be by death here? Because Primal Roy is in closing.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They got.
Oh no, Kuroki. What's he doing? Primal Roy comes out. He has got the 8, but he doesn't feel like he needs it. He'll get commits it afterwards.
He was worried about ticking down to the dot, right?
Yeah, I think he might have went because there was the final tick of Sandstorm and then Caustic Finale, so he read that correctly. He'll be happy though. He gets the kill. Or assist with the kill. And it wasn't level 2 egg, right? So it's not like he could have used it better at that point. Buyback for Sankey in the mid lane. Omnislash going. Gonna get 1. Chasing for 2. Can he get hands as well? The Blade Fury will be able to. The Yule's used on the Chessie himself. And Miracle will just TP out in front of him. But no, he cancels it. He wants to keep going. He's trying to bait him in Laguna. And look, Matumba Man perfectly placed. They tanked the Laguna. Everything thrown on Miracle. They baited them in. TFT thought they were going to be fine.
God, so much sustain. Did you see Miracle's health? He was back to like 60% health in a second.
And that's the big nuke gone now for a decent amount of time. 40 seconds stills up again, which means they can take a breath of relief. Like we don't have to worry about that.
Man, we shouldn't be surprised that Liquid's figured out this patch so quickly.
Yule's coming out. They've got the avalanche. Well, he actually can't escape from this. He's going to go down.
Okay, which is so what? Like, that's your Phoenix. Egg was down for another 40. I mean, he's gonna like totally tactical feed by Kuro right there. Notice that his respawn timer Supernova is going to be up. They're almost totally synced.
Oh, like, that's what it was. Oh, okay. So he's a fan of like matching the numbers together.
There you go, man.
It's like you, man. It's just all about those numbers. The numbers, Mason. Well,
and chatting. All right, anyway.
No, okay, when someone hates you, just have to smother them with numbers or a pillow with numbers. Pillows work too.
That's my response to literally any state of the world. You know? So yeah, that's good.
You're going to need a lot of pillows. You thought open on like a company, maybe?
My companies are all about numbers.
I mean, think about it. You could actually call it Nahaz, so Z's for sleep. There you go.
So I'm trying to figure out what TFT best path back into the game, and it's all of it has to sort of revolve around top tower. It's really like, again, I feel like this is going to happen to a lot of teams. They just underestimated how quickly that those towers on their mid lane and their top lane were going to fall to these counter pushes outside of Liquid. I think that they're making the right reads in terms of where they're setting for pushes, but the the towers are falling just a little bit faster than they expect, and that turns what would be favorable trades into the last patch to advantage Liquid here. And just look at where Terrorblade is. Terrorblade is just not, he's not nearly where you need him to be.
Yeah, he's starting to fall behind as well. I mean, Dazzle's the richest, but Juggernaut's keeping up with the Terrorblade at all points. And the difference here is, on that equal net worth, your standing isn't looking good, because not only do you have that Aegis on the Jug, but when you look at the towers taken, your base is a lot more exposed if you're on TFT.
Well, and the Dazzle is just a steroid at the Juggernaut. When you look at the kind of sustain coming out from his side, I mean, you look at that last fight and how quickly Miracle was able to go from like 20. I mean, he canceled that TP intentionally because he just knew he had Dazzle behind him, and Dazzle was going to be able to take him from 20% to 70% health in a few seconds.
Dazzle gets more ridiculous soon because he's building that pipe.
Oh, that's exactly what we needed to hear. Thank you, Mr. Frog.
Even more reasonable. You know, do you like this idea of no one dying? Dazzle does. Who needs a shallow grave? We don't even get to that stage. Effective HP.
A little exchange here on top. Unison Fun is going to go down to that Beastmaster, who does have his level 3 book. And he did manage to get off the Burrow Strike to waste some of the Primal. This doesn't matter. Mind Control sitting at level 17 here. Almost 4 levels ahead.
And meanwhile in the mid lane, they commit. They get rid of the Aegis on Miracle and they back away before anything bad happens. Laguna was used for that. And Laguna will get more threatening because Chessie will be going for an Ags again this game.
Yeah, what was the Aegis duration there? I almost think that's...
It's like it maybe had a minute left. No, not even that. But now they can push in. Bait. But who will bait Chessie? He's got his Shadow Blade ready, but no Laguna for 30. Avalanche, beautifully done. Light Striker right through as well, but the heals are just too much. And the spike camera, no Chessie! He gets called out the buyback. He threw out that Dragon Slave, and it was a mistake.
That's Chessie getting frustrated. You saw the bait call. He knew he needed somebody else to be in the front lines ahead of him. You can't just stay there when your team doesn't respond to that. I mean,
And that wasn't Tilt on the buyback. If he didn't commit the buyback then, this wouldn't be the end. Liquid would have went back in for a second lane.
Well, but this is like, it's still almost the worst of all worlds there, that you concede the set of racks. You're going to lose your top shrine here. You have no ability to contest Roche, especially with that one of the towers still standing on the Dire side, the top tier 2, and your big core had to buy back. Terrorblade here is got an ultimate orb, but still nowhere near his next big item. Manta build here is just not enough.
Yeah, it's problematic. I mean, what's it doing for you against this Battle Fury Jug? It's not helping you actually tank that much more anyway. And thus,
well, I mean, I think you have to do it as Terrorblade here, but it's just...
It's for the split push more than anything, but like, if you have to use that defensively in a fight, because of the way that Miracle is built, it doesn't help you.
Yeah, exactly. Terrorblade's a hero that with this item build, Terrorblade can feel decent if his team is on the offensive, because he can still do a ton of structure damage, but he's definitely not set up for skirmish.
And that's the other thing. It's an important point you brought up there, is on the offensive, and so far everything they've been doing for the last 5 minutes felt defensive, especially now you've got that level 3 Necronomicon on the Beastmaster. That means that Sand King can no longer be super aggressive and push with freedom.
And the difference between, right, you draw a lot of parallel. There are some parallels to be drawn between the first game against NIP, where, you know, TFT they weren't in quite as bad a position. They weren't down a set of, actually they were down a set of racks fairly early in that game. But, you know, they're dealing with a lineup on the side of Liquid that is just going to be sustained objective pressure. Like, they don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I think the difference here is that when you actually think about the way it was drafted around one hero in that game, the other heroes were like buffing up that one hero in, you know, kind of a damage-oriented role, whereas this is, you've got a save, you've got huge spikes of heal, it's sustainability, not just damage for your core.
I love that. It amuses me that Miracle is building a moon. But,
oh, yeah, you know, you need more attacks. He wants the best ultimate possible, all right?
Yeah, I mean, on a good, you know, with how Omni / works out, absolutely.
You know what this is? This is Miracle going, I want to look like an anime character when I press R.
Oh, that's he just wants to look like a character all the time. But that's all right. That's why we're on.
Yeah. He does the envy logic that wins the games.
Are you just gonna walk into Beastmaster again?
Apparently so.
Same. He's like, this is so frustrating if you're honest, because you had Era, I mean, and you had Frost in the vicinity, but you still can't walk into a level 19, now level 20 Beastmaster.
Well, Chessie used the Shadow Blade to go bot here because Nyx was on his ass. Instead, Miracle is going to find someone else to tap into here. He's going to see Hanskin. Toss away, says I'm not dealing with that. But look at the follow-up.
Oh.
He brought friends to the party. Tiny, he has no escape plan. Can go for the TP. But the spin actually means they won't get the kill.
Right?
Mistakes made there. Miracle felt like he needed to spin to make sure there wasn't any turnaround. But as a result, not able to kill this big tanky bugger.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. The DPS there when he's spinning is much lower. Remember that mechanic that Blade Fury applies this. It applies a type of debuff where if you're taking damage from, if a target is taking damage from the Blade Fury, that your attacks do 0 damage to that.
So what you're saying is we need to give Juggernaut Monkey King range so he has variety.
What I'm saying is I am glad that you and Slacks are not in.
I think I'd make the game pretty interesting, all right?
Yeah, Slacks would make the game interesting too.
I mean, the servers would be on fire. It definitely wouldn't be optimized, if nothing else.
I mean, if you ever, everybody knows this by now, but if you ever want 6 hours of your life that you'll just never get back, you just ask Slacks about Ags ideas.
Wait, asking about what?
Ags ideas.
Oh, Ags ideas. Don't get me started on those.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. No. That was never mentioned. We're pretending this conversation never happened. Back to the game. All right. So 18k net worth lead. Not looking good here. You know, I think TFT are doing the only thing that they can, and they're kind of trying to get set up at this area of the map where they can contest the next Roshan.
Oh, Primal Roar out. They might not be able to contest this rate, but Chessie, luckily his team's around and Mind Control kind of jumped the gun there.
Yeah. And again, it's a sort of team read because a kill in that area of the map is a very high value kill for Liquid. It absolutely guarantees in that approach.
Look at the heals, the pipe, the sustain. They can't put a dent in Liquid no matter how hard they try. And instead they're going to turn around, go in. Chessie, there's no Primal Roar this time, but it still hurts. Avalanche coming out. Epicenter is being channeled. They're going to look to move through, do a lot of damage on the Mind Control, but the Omnislash on the side. Decently running down through Frost, but he's so damn tanky. Miracle needs to be careful. This will spin away. They've already lost the Beastmaster, and all these heals only do so much for you. Ignis activate. Oh my god, the position on it. They'll get rid of Juggernaut. Another stuns through a good. The follow-up, the turnaround, Tiny, and Lina going down. Burrow Strike gonna go even deeper, but now the egg goes pop, and there it is. Ignis still doing his work, but Timberman trying to move away quick enough. He has still got the Shallow Grave. The buyback comes out for the Tiny. The stun's gonna be there. Jumping in, but this time no egg. But Timberman is left all alone in the middle of nowhere. Sandstorm activated, should burn him down. Oh, the heal wave. Yeah, hands are bad. No!
Get out of here.
That's a strength hero,
guys.
That is a strength hero with over 2k HP who just lost half of it in the blink of an eye.
I mean, as TFT, like, literally what else are you supposed to do? You just took a fight under ideal circumstances. Liquid looking for the pick-off in that part of the map. Clearly not ready for the whole team being there. But the sustain coming out from the Dazzle.
Handsome Fan almost had a heart attack there. In the blink of an eye, he just lost 3/4 of his HP pool. But I'm sensing some bad juju in this game.
Oh my god. I mean, you know, go back and look at the replay at how many pipes and breeze heals
Miracle
up in this fight.
Miracle needs to get out. He has got the blade through. He'll turn around. No! They already Handsome Fan again! He has no way back into this either. They're going to toss forward. Miracle, Shallow Grave on him.
Nice grave.
They don't want to commit heavily on a Miracle, but here's the other thing. While one team might have to walk back in this scenario when they got their core this low, this team can just heal up and instantly go again.
And I think sanity is finally going to prevail as Matumaman goes into the Roche pit. And, you know, Miracle pings like, okay, guys, I don't have buyback. Let's get me an Aegis. And there's absolutely zero TFT can do about this.
Well, the DD is on a different person this time, but it's still going to have an impact in this.
No, that's great, guys. That makes the game better.
Liquid,
like when Envy starts buying late game bottles and bottling DDs for pushes, like that should be a clue that something's messed up.
TH? He's in a little bit of trouble. He's got the blink. No, he doesn't need it. They just walk it off. Avalanche coming into the Mana Laguna drop, and Miracle's fine. Primal Roar down, and Terrorblade is down. They're trying to get rid of the egg quick enough, but the Smite Carapace can't stop Chessie from right-clicking forward. Ignis, good control coming out. Now look at the Impale follow-up, the Omnislash as well. No, they are down, and they are in trouble because Lina does not have buyback. It's coming off cooldown in 15 seconds, but she doesn't have the money. GH? How deep is too deep? How deep is too... This isn't too deep. He gets the kill.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Come on. Team's up 23k, and you're GH, the best support player in the world. You're going to make those plays every time. If you die, you're still GH. Your life
Just has
is still really
to
good.
open his wallet and check his ID. Oh yeah, I'm still me.
Hey,
I
I'm
can
still
go.
GH, dude.
Alright, that's gonna be all the lanes actually. They got more than enough time for this. Look at Miracle's attack speed. Moonshot paid off, baby.
Oh.
I think this is what Gatling guns look like in melee mode.
Yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but actually, I don't mind TFT's play in at all. I just think they were taking, in general, they were taking the right fights in the right places. In general, they were setting up to push the right objectives. They underestimated Liquid, and being a good team means you get so harshly penalized for underestimating Liquid just a little bit.
That's right. At this level of play, when you're playing against a tier 1 team like a TI winning team, you make small mistakes, they add up much quicker than in that previous series.
Yeah, but the other thing that I think we can definitively say after seeing the series against Vega, after seeing this series here, is Liquid are back to their form.
They're looking like it. They try and jump on mind control, but Shallow Grave is there. He's still alive. Light Strike Ray come out. Epicenter through as well. They catch with a Miracle, but they'll only get one kill. Can they get more? They have to get through an Aegis as well as the problem. Shallow Grave out in a Miracle, going to stand ground. Some right there, interrupted by the Barrow Strike. Now the Light Strike Ray connected on a GH will get rid of him as well. The egg does get dropped. Miracle, does he want to fight here? Omni Stack's coming off cooldown. Yes, he does. You'll stop in the air, but when he comes down, the Primal has been used. And now you need a Delta Split quick. Handskin just disappears.
Oh, the
Thunder comes out.
Really nice.
Oh no, the Shallow Grave again. But Frost, what can he do? They're going to get rid of the Ignis. They can turn around and chase on him now. He's being slowed. More bad juju for you. Man, a dodge out. He gets the poison touch off. The buyback's coming out from both Lina and the Phoenix. Going to push him even deeper. Miracle held in place with the Shallow Grave again. How do you kill this man once, let alone twice? You don't. You die instead. Lina's down. They're having a pie in the fountain. They're going to die. Find the kill on a Frost as GG gets called.
I mean, Dazzle's insane. Liquid did a lot of things right in this game, and it doesn't come down to one hero, but that cooldown reduction on the ult is just, when you look at the amount of